Hello everyone passionate about aviation. Did you know that even though flying is the safest way to travel, around 1,000 aviation incidents still occur worldwide every year? But here's the interesting part. About 80% of these accidents are caused by just 5 main factors. Today, we're going to explore these 5 most common causes of airplane crashes and see how the aviation industry is working hard to prevent them from happening again. This video is for you. I promise that if you've ever felt anxious during a flight or been curious about what could possibly go wrong, by the end of this video, you'll not only have a much clearer understanding of flight safety, but you'll also learn how pilots and engineers are constantly working to prevent these accidents. So stick with me, and if you'd like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The most significant factor in plane crashes is human error. Believe it or not, about 50% of all accidents, the air, is caused by a pilot or flight crew mistake. But wait, that doesn't mean pilot infinity. In fact, pilots are the hardest to train and have thousands of hours of flying experience. So, where is the problem? Fatigue, stress, poor communication between crews, and sometimes excessive trust in automated systems. Remember that pilots are human, and in high-pressure situations, they may make wrong decisions. One of the most famous examples was Air France Flight 447 in 2009. When the speed sensors freeze, pilots' confusion and misreaction that led to the plane crash in the Atlantic. 228 people in their lives to lose. But the good news is that the aviation industry has learned from these mistakes. CRN, or resource management training, the crew teaches pilots how to communicate better and make decisions under pressure. In alarm systems, more advanced and stricter rules for pilot rest hours have been introduced. The second major cause of airplane crashes is technical and mechanical failures, accounting for approximately 20% of all aviation accidents. Now, you might be thinking, so, are planes really not as safe as they claim? But hold on, let me tell you the full story. Modern aircraft are among the most incredible machines ever built by humankind. Every single component is designed with redundancy, meaning each system has at least one backup and sometimes 2 or even 3. So if one system fails, others immediately take over to keep the aircraft functioning safely. However, in rare cases, a combination of small, undetected faults or poor maintenance can lead to catastrophic outcomes. For example, in 1988, a section of the fuselage of an Aloha Airlines plane suddenly tore open at 24,000 feet due to metal fatigue and inadequate inspections. Imagine the roof of the plane just vanishing mid-flight. Fortunately, the pilots managed to make an emergency landing, but tragically, a flight attendant lost her life. This accident was a wake-up call for the entire aviation industry. As a result, inspection and maintenance regulations were completely overhauled. Today, every aircraft follows a strict maintenance schedule, from simple daily checks to comprehensive inspections that can take weeks or even months. Advanced technologies like smart sensors now monitor systems in real time, detecting potential issues long before they become serious problems. Now let's talk about something we have less control over: the weather. About 10% of aviation incidents happen due to harsh weather conditions. Storms, icing, heavy snow, and thick fog can be challenging even for the safest aircraft. But here's something interesting. Today's weather radar technology is so advanced that pilots can spot storms hundreds of kilometers away and avoid them. Modern anti-icing systems also work effectively. So why do incidents still happen? Usually, it's a combination of bad weather with other factors like pressure to arrive on time or a pilot's misjudgment that causes issues. Remember when I said 80% of incidents are due to 5 main factors? Well, most of these factors combine. Nowadays, airlines have strict rules for flying in bad weather, and pilots are trained to prioritize safety above all else. Thanks to these advancements, flying in bad weather is safer than ever. The fourth reason you might not have thought about as much: runway issues and bird strikes. These two factors account for about 10% of incidents. Slippery, short, or obstacle-filled runways can be dangerous even for the most experienced pilots. Imagine a plane landing at 250 kilometers per hour on an icy runway. It's like driving on ice, but with much worse consequences. Bird strikes, however, are quite intriguing. You might recall Captain Sullenberger in 2009, who had to land his plane on the Hudson River after hitting a flock of geese. It was called the Miracle on the Hudson because all 155 passengers survived. Airports today use fascinating methods to keep birds away, from loud noises to trained falcons. Runways are regularly inspected, and advanced drainage systems are in place. Pilots also receive special training for landing in tough conditions. And finally, the fifth reason, which fortunately has the lowest percentage: sabotage and intentional interference. These account for less than 5% of incidents, but often attract the most media attention. The aviation industry transformed security after the September 11th attacks. Today, there are multiple layers of security, from bulletproof cockpit doors to thorough passenger screenings. Undercover air marshals, advanced tracking systems, and international intelligence cooperation all work to prevent these rare incidents. The good news is that with these measures, the likelihood of such incidents has drastically decreased, making flying safer than ever. All right, friends, that was the 5 main reasons for plane crashes. But before you go, let's review an important fact. Flying is the safest mode of transportation. You're 100 times more likely to get hurt in a car accident than in a plane incident. Every incident that occurs is thoroughly investigated, and its lessons are shared across the entire industry. That's why, despite the huge increase in flights, the number of incidents keeps dropping each year. This means every time you board a plane, you're using the safest mode of transport in history. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it and share it with your friends. Drop a comment below and let us know if watching this made you feel safer about flying. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss our next exciting videos. Until the next one, safe and blue skies to you all.